What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for another predicted lineup video. We face West Ham in the Carabao Cup quarter-final tomorrow night at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, which promises to be a big game, very important game, and an enthralling game. Conte's been speaking in his press conference today, talking about who's in, who's out tomorrow night. Seems as though the COVID players are all back and are raring to go, but there are some injury fears to worry about, and what are they?
Yeah, so all the players are ready, but back from COVID-wise, but Ryan Sessegnon unfortunately picked up a little muscle problem at the end of the Liverpool game, and that's going to keep him out for 10 days. Good news on the Romero front, though. Apparently the latest scan has shown some positive recovery, and he should be back playing in 3 weeks, Conte said. So that is very positive after rumours that could potentially be out till February. So it looks like could be coming back earlier, a bit earlier than we'd expected.
Exactly. Just in time for the North London derby.
That's what I'm hoping for.
But yeah, good news on the Romero front. Sessegnon front's a bit worrying to me. I mean, he's always getting injured, this guy.
Yeah. I know, it's constant, isn't it? And that's always been the biggest worry about Sessegnon, getting him on the pitch. I haven't seen him enough, and hopefully he recovers quickly. But another 10 days, and it's going to be a lot of pressure on Reguilon now for the next, who's just come back from injury himself. Yeah,
definitely. But let's get into the lineup. We're going for the same formation it was against Liverpool, a 3-5-2 or 5-3-2, whichever way you want to look at it. In goal, obviously Hugo Lloris. Hugo Lloris.
Yeah, well, Golini. We're not 100% sure if he's. Well, he said he's back. All the COVID players are back. Some assuming Collini's back, but whether he's fully fit is another thing. One thing Conte said, which I neglected to mention in his press conference, that he's looking to give a rest to a lot of the players who had COVID and played on Sunday. So we're expecting. He said he's going to make a few changes. So we are expecting a few changes, but Lloris isn't going to be one of them, I don't think.
Yeah. Lloris in goal. Right wing back, we're looking at Matt Doherty, actually. Emerson, he was one of the ones that had COVID. He came in and played against Liverpool.
Played 90 minutes. So.
Yeah, exactly. And we're looking at Matt Doherty for this one.
Yeah, hopefully Doherty can follow in the footsteps of Winks and Dele, and Sessegnon, who players who've been out in the cold have come back in and played well. So big opportunity for him. So Doherty to come in.
Yeah, so Doherty right wing back. Right centre back, we're looking at Davinson Sanchez.
Yeah, not too many options, and he's fully fixed. He didn't have COVID, so he plays.
And then the centre-back, or the centre of the centre-backs, is going to be Eric Dyer, the imperious Eric Dyer, the Eric Dyer that could be one of the best players in that position in the world.
That one playing, is he? Could be a different one we're seeing. But anyway, look, Dyer's been great so far this season. He's obviously a massively important player to Tottenham now. Conte's been talking about massively in his press conference, saying he could be one of the best in the world in his position. So that shows how highly Conte rates him. So I expect him to he's definitely going to play in this one.
Yeah. And then to finish off that middle three, we're going to look on the left-hand side to Japhet Tanganga.
So Davis had COVID, so we're going to think he's coming out. There's not many options. Could be either Tanganga or Rodon, but seeing as Tanganga's played that position before, we're going with him.
Yeah. Which is slightly worrying because Ben Davies has been just so good, undroppable really, the way he's playing. And Tanganga, I think under Conte, hasn't really knuckled down anything yet, has he?
It's not the best back three when you talk about being in possession and building, but hopefully Tanganga can put him, or maybe it might be a thing where he goes off early if he's not doing right and Davis comes in, but he's got something to prove, Tanganga, after his last few performances, I guess.
Yeah. And then the left wing back is going to be Reguilon, seeing as Sessegnon is injured, so he's our only option there, really.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on him, but he comes in.
So that back line, let me just run through it one more time. So it's Hugo Lloris in goal, Doherty right wing back, Reguilon left wing back, Tanganga, Dyer and Sanchez, which you've got to say is a pretty makeshift back five with Doherty and Tanganga in there. And then let's look at the midfield options now. In the first of the midfield three on the right-hand side, we're going to look at Giovanni Lo Celso.
So Ndombele played but came off last time. Ollie Skip obviously came off the bench against Liverpool, but I just have a feeling it might be a bit too early to start him again, seeing as we have other options who didn't have COVID. So we're just going to say he's not coming in, and Lo Celso is going to start ahead of Ndombele.
Yeah, so that's Lo Celso on the right. In the middle, we're going to give a second start in a row to Harry Winks after his brilliant display against Liverpool.
Yeah, and I think he's going to be very important in this game as well. So hopefully he can have that aggression he had against Liverpool, add it to this game, and have another good performance. So he comes in as the central midfielder.
Yeah, and to make up that middle three, we're going to give another start to Dele Alli as well. Not as good as Winks, but still a good display in the right direction.
And he was talking up Dele Alli in his press conference, saying how he really needs to continue to show that desire he showed against Liverpool if he wants to remain in the team and he wants to stay at Tottenham. So he's talking openly about whether Dele's staying or not at Spurs. And I think he's going to get another chance to prove that his desire in this game.
Yeah, definitely. So the midfield three, Lo Celso, Winks and Ali. Two strikers. The first one is going to be obviously Harry Kane.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Conte even said before that he struggles to see a lineup without Harry Kane in it. So look, and the next look, we're playing Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday, so plenty of time for rest. So Kane can play all 3 games, I think.
So Kane up top alongside Lucas Moura.
So this is a difficult one. It's definitely with a view of Son coming off the bench. Even if I wouldn't even say if things are going wrong, I think he'll just come off the bench anyway at some point. But he did have COVID. He only came back a few days ago, so he played 90 minutes on Sunday and he was great, but he was slightly off it touch wise and stuff. So with Conte saying he's going to give a rest to players who had COVID, I think Son might be on the bench, unfortunately, for this one. Toss up between Moura and Bergwijn. I actually think Bergwijn might be more suited to playing in the top, but I think Moura probably deserves the place a bit more, so we're going to go for Moura.
Yeah, we've seen some success with Moura in the top before, when he played against Man United that time we won 3-0.
Yeah, I just think
that day.
I just think with what Son offers, like obviously Son's different quality, but when Son offers running off the ball like in behind, Lucas needs to do that. And I know Bergwijn has more of a willingness to break the lines with those kind of runs than Lucas is. So hopefully Lucas can use his pace off the ball as much as use it on the ball.
But, with not that much space in behind against a West Ham team that like to sit deep, that like to stay compact, maybe Lucas Moura will be more suitable for this one because he likes to work in those tight spaces.
Yeah, potentially.
So that is the lineup we're going for. Let's run through it one more time. Hugo Lloris in goal, a back three of Sanchez, Dyer and Tanganga, Doherty right wing back, Reguilon left wing back, a middle three of Winks, Lo Celso and Ali. It'll be really important for Ali to keep up those late runs into the box. Really important to Winks to keep up that form he showed in Liverpool, and Lo Celso as well, because we need to see a performance from him.
And I think it's a big opportunity for Doherty as well.
Yeah,
really
definitely.
Big opportunity for him if he starts.
And then obviously up top, Kane and Lucas Moura. If this is the lineup, what prediction are you going for?
I'm going for Tottenham to shade it 2-1. I think West Ham missing a few players at the back. Soufal's going to be a big miss for them. So I think with less impetus on their wing-backs going forward, we could get a lot of joy going forward with their 2 starting centre-backs missing as well, although they're still going to be a very well-drilled side. I'm just hoping that we can break them down, and I'm going to go with 2-1 Tottenham.
I mean, this West Ham side have beaten Man U and Man City in the last 2 rounds, haven't they?
Yeah.
So look, it's going to be a ferocious game. Hopefully, for a good atmosphere tomorrow night at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. In the last video, I said 3-1. I'm going to stick with it. Stay positive. 3-1. West Ham to get a goal from a set piece, and Spurs to score a couple of goals or 3 goals, with Kane getting 1. Sonny getting 1 off the bench. Actually, Kane getting 2. Come on.
There we go.
Kane 2 and
exactly
Sonny 1.
back at it.
That's what I want to see. So that is our predicted lineup. That is our score predictions as well. Let me know your predicted lineup and score predictions in the comments section below. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.